Nutritional strategies play an important role in supporting athletes to perform as well as possible in a hot environment. A key issue in competing in a hot climate is preventing hypohydration during competition and training, which means preventing below normal total body water. For athletes competing in the Olympics, to beat the heat, consider the following tips. Our first tip is to measure the sweat rate loss. To estimate your sweat loss, weigh yourself before and after your high-intensity training and consider the amount or volume of water or fluids that you have taken. This difference in weight will help you to know how much sweat you have lost. This will assist in developing a personalized fluid intake strategy. Our second tip is to establish fluid intake strategies that are cyclical. What do we do before competition? Studies have showed that drinking to thirst is usually not the best strategy to maintain euhydration, meaning a normal total body water level in a hot environment. So pre-event, you need to make sure that you are well hydrated before the start. Each athlete should experiment and determine the needed volume and timing of pre-competition fluid intakes, and consider how comfortable you are with this intake when you start your exercise. In standard, a pre-exercise volume that is recommended is 5 milliliters of water or fluids for every kilogram of body weight that you have. During competition, the fluid intake is highly dependent on the availability of fluids, the type of sports that you are practicing, so it means the opportunity to drink, and the gastrointestinal comfort. Athletes may increase their fluid intake in hot weather because of thirst, but the difference in weight or the difference in water will still be high. So what is the answer? Based on your calculated sweat loss, you should adjust drinking rates to replace at least 1.5 times the weight that you have lost during training. So drinking water, carbohydrate, electrolyte solutions, or sport drinks, or even cold beverages at intervals is recommended during competition. Planned drinking should be considered for activities that are longer than 90 minutes, particularly if it is in the heat, or for higher intensity activities, or if you are an individual who sweats more than usual. Cold fluid or ice ingestion during exercise is also beneficial for lowering the core temperature in athletes, especially if you are wearing protective equipment during training or during competition like ice hockey, fencing, or rugby. Even if you maintain the good hydration plan during exercise, you are still likely to finish competition with a reduced total body water. In general, cold water or ice slushy drinks are most effective for lowering body temperature when taken before exercise or during post-exercise recovery. Replacing electrolytes lost in specific sodium with fluids is important in achieving water retention. So you can go for electrolyte-containing drinks or sport drinks that contain around 25 millimole per liter of sodium. Sodium can also be taken through foods or added to your meals to help achieve water retention. Also, drinks containing caffeine or high levels of alcohol should be avoided at this point. Last, make sure you include sources of carbohydrates in your recovery plan, so your body may be utilizing more glycogen in the heat. The carbohydrate needs are increased in this scenario. Include carbohydrates in your meals before and after competition. And for competitions that last 60 minutes and more in the heat, a rate of 60 to 90 grams of mixed carbohydrate sources is needed per hour. Depending on the type of sport, you can mix between carbohydrate-containing gels or sandwiches, bars, or even carbohydrate electrolyte drinks or fruits.
Most importantly, when you are choosing to use a sports supplement, caution is recommended. Be knowledgeable around anti-doping regulations. Weigh the risk versus the benefits, and to reduce the risk of supplements containing substances that are prohibited, only choose supplements that are tested under the quality assurance schemes. These precautions will reduce but not eliminate completely the risk of doping violation.